Hello, I'm Stephanie, and welcome to my home. This isn't my usual setup. My husband and I are on the East Coast getting our house ready to be sold. So we did record this video originally out west where our current home is, but we had some audio issues. So my guys at Virtual Productions and I thought it would be best if I re-recorded my Thankful Heart video. And I'll be honest, at first it was really frustrating. I don't know about you, but technology definitely frustrates me. And I wasn't super prepared to have to re-record it. I kind of thought I did that and then I could come to my house on the East Coast and just get it ready because we're going to put it on the market. Thankfully, I still had a yoga mat here in my old house. And the more I thought about it, the more it seemed really fitting. Just a heart to you. I don't know if you've ever had a dream that you've had to sort of let go of or were sad to let go of. It's not easy to let go of a dream. Well, this house I'm sitting in right now, this was my dream home. And about a year ago, I was told I'd have to leave it and give it up. And that was really hard for me. But I've come a long way since then, and I'm really grateful for everything I have now. And I knew this experience of putting this house on the market wasn't going to be super easy to let go. And I'm really thankful right now that I get to do this Thankful Heart practice here in this house. And it's just, for me personally, a reminder of looking for gratitude and looking at what you do have and being so thankful for what you have, even when sometimes you have to give up things you thought you wanted. So I promise you that this Thankful Heart practice is coming from a very sincere space, and I hope that it helps you find what you're thankful for. So today, the Thankful Heart practice is, there's movement, of course, it's yoga, but it's also about slowing down and looking within and really cultivating that place of gratitude and peace, and just it's just perfect, especially, I mean, it's perfect for any time of the year, but especially right now. A lot of people are going through a hard time, and maybe it is a little harder to find things to be grateful for these days. So anyways, I do hope this helps you. So come join me and let's practice this together. So let's begin in a seated position on our mats. And you can put your palms on your thighs, palms down for grounding. You can put them up if you're ready to receive, if there's something you feel like you need to receive. Or today, we can place our hands on our heart. I'm going to put my hand on my heart and one on my stomach, and just trying to cultivate that sense of gratitude and peace from that gratitude within me. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Where is your breath going? Do you feel your shoulders rising as you breathe in? Do you feel tension in your neck? On your next exhale, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, sit up a little straighter. On your next inhale, focus your breath into your chest. Really try to draw it down into your diaphragm. And if you can, bring it even deeper down into your tummy. And when you exhale from that deep place, exhale, let the air from your tummy go, then your diaphragm, and then your chest. And then breathe in deep again. You know you're breathing properly when you feel your stomach inflate with air and your shoulders stay relaxed. This is called Durga breathing or Durga pranayama. Once you've found some rhythm in your breath, focus on one thing you're grateful for. Now let it go. And now we're going to set the intention of being present and focusing on this moment. Say to yourself, thank you. Thank you for putting aside this time to slow things down and take care of myself. This is a great first step to showing love for yourself today. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your hands down to your side. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Gently roll your neck a little bit, just loosening it up. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on our knees today. I recommend you get a folded towel or a folded blanket, especially if you don't have carpet. Your knees might start to hurt after a while, and we're being very gentle with ourselves today. So I have a folded towel. I'm going to come to hero's pose, and hero's pose is when we're sitting back on our legs or our knees, and our knees are bent. And I'm going to put my towel under my knees. There. So go ahead. We're breathing in, reaching our arms up, looking up to the ceiling or the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our arms down, chest opening into cactus. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus. Good. Inhale, reach up. And this time, exhale, bring your right arm down and reach over with your left arm. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left arm down, reaching over with your right. Keeping your chest open, feeling that nice stretch right here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Just what your body can do naturally. We're not straining ourselves. Bringing your right arm behind you, left arm can come to your thigh. Just feeling a gentle twist in your torso. Inhale, bring it up and back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Left arm down behind you, right arm to your thigh. Gentle twist. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, let your arms and your chin float down. Coming to our knees, hands to the floor in a tabletop position. Your hands are under shoulders, your hips are over your knees. As you inhale, drop your belly, heart comes forward, and your gaze looks up. Exhale, tuck your belly button up into your spine as you round your spine, chin comes to chest. Inhale, dropping your belly, rolling your shoulders away from the ears, looking up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, bringing your belly button up, chin to chest. Inhale, dropping the belly, heart forward. And exhale, rounding the spine. Do 2 more on your own. Good, now sit back into hero's pose. Good, deep inhale, reaching your arms up, coming down into cactus arms. Now we're gonna go into eagle arms. So bring your right arm down like this, and your left over the right. And they'll cross at about the elbows. You can stop right here and put the back of your hands to touch, or you can take the full eagle and bring your palms together. It's kind of like a pretzel twist. If this bothers your shoulders at all, go ahead and pretzel your arms and bring your hands down to their opposite shoulders and give yourself a nice bear hug. This is perfectly acceptable. So from here, whichever position you've taken, take a deep breath in and slightly raise your arms up, even in the bear hug. And feel that very gentle pull on your shoulders as they open up. Good. Good. Bring your arms down and untwist them. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, come down to cactus. And this time we're going to go opposite. So your left arm is on the bottom, your right arm is crossing over the top, and then finding either your twist or your bear hug. And as you inhale, bring your arms up, feeling that nice, gentle tug of your shoulders. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. And exhale, untwist your arms and lower them to the ground. So from here, you can take your towel or your blanket and set it aside. We're going to come back to tabletop. so your knees and hips are aligned. And now we're going to go into melting heart. There should be a link. There is a link to a tutorial on how to do different versions of this melting heart to best fit your practice. So I encourage you to watch that and see what might be best for you. Today I don't have blocks or books because this house is pretty much empty. So I'll be doing a traditional melting heart, but you can do this with a piece of furniture or on blocks as well. So I'm in tabletop position. I'm going to bring my hands forward and bring them just a little bit wider than my mat because my arms are really long. Your arms may just need to go as wide as your mat. We all have different arm lengths, so it just depends on your body. So my hands go a little bit wider than my mat. And kind of like before when we were doing cat, except this is a little different. So instead of exhaling and going into cat, we're gonna breathe in between our shoulder blades and round our spine just a little bit. So this space right here, we're breathing in between. And when we exhale, we're gonna draw our chest down to the ground. Your forearms will rest on the ground as well. And then breathing in to that space, rounding the spine, you'll come up just a little bit and drop your chest to the floor. Your forehead may come to the floor. If it's comfortable, you can place your chin on the floor, or your whole chest may touch the floor. Don't strain yourself. Do what's comfortable. I never want you to be in pain when you're doing yoga. So breathe in between that shoulder space and exhale, bringing your chest just a little bit more to the floor. Your hips and knees are still aligned. Inhale and exhale, melting into the floor. Now bring your hands together. Forearms are still on the ground. And using your palms, push yourself up and come back to a tabletop. And that's how to safely get out of that pose. Now your shoulders are nice and open. And bring your legs long behind you and slowly bring yourself down to the ground, onto your belly. Bring your elbows parallel with your shoulders, so they're under your shoulders. Forearms and hands are flat on the ground. Breathe in, and when you inhale, roll your shoulders back away from the ears and draw your chest up. Your heart is forward. Give your bottom a good squeeze and let your gaze go forward. Right now you are in Sphinx pose. Take another deep inhale and exhale. Bring yourself down to the ground, cheek to the mat, and then bring your arms long behind you, palms up. Now when we breathe in, we're going to take locust pose. And in locust pose, you're giving your bottom a very good squeeze. And when you breathe in, that breath is going to draw your body up. So if you don't want to draw your whole body, you can just do your front. So breathing in, draw your chest up, your arms up, looking forward just like in Sphinx. Or you can take the full Sphinx and bring your legs up as well. So let's do that together. It helps to give your bottom a good squeeze. It definitely gives us good leverage and it protects your back. It's actually very good for your back. So inhale, drawing your chest up, your arms up, giving that bottom a squeeze. Good. Go ahead and exhale. Bring your other cheek to the mat. Take a moment here. Inhale, draw everything back up. Very good. And just take a moment here to rest, to thank yourself again for this moment. Bringing your attention back to the present. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Coming up to a tabletop, up on your knees. Now palms forward just a little bit, toes are untucked. We're gonna draw our hips up to the sky. Slight bend in your knees, maybe walking your feet forward a little bit or walking your hands out. We're in our downward dog. You can go ahead and pedal out your legs. Feels good. All right, look between your hands and you can step or walk in between your hands. And now we're in a forward fold. Bend your knees generously and pushing through your feet, draw yourself back up, hands reaching high, gaze up. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, let it all float down. Bringing your chin to your chest, your hands to your side. Stepping wide on our mat. Bring your legs as wide as comfortable. Toes are forward, so your feet are parallel. Inhale, draw your arms up. And here we're in our star. Make sure you're engaging your glutes and your core here. Feel how strong you are right here. It seems like such a simple pose, but your body is doing so much work to hold you up in this place. If you stood here for 2 minutes, you would definitely feel the weight. You are so strong. So we're gonna get some blood pumping straight into that heart of yours. So go ahead and do some gentle, tiny arm circles, going clockwise. Good. Now stop and go the other direction. Very good. And pause. Go ahead and bring your arms down. We're going to bring our arms behind us and clasp our hands behind us, and it really opens up the chest right here. If you find this to be uncomfortable, you are more than fine. Maybe you can hug your arms behind you, or you can bring your arms to your hips, or you're more than welcome to keep your arms out here. Okay? So if you have your arms clasped, make sure you're protecting your arms. All right, we're gonna bend our knees slightly and then begin to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Your arms will come up. You can really feel that opening up in your arms and your shoulders and your chest. Crown should be facing the floor. Give your knees a good bend if your crown isn't facing the floor yet. Very good. Deep inhale. Exhale, come up just a little bit so that your hands come back to about your tailbone, and then let go. You want to protect your arms, so you're going to let go once your hands are towards your bottom. And then bring your hands to the floor. If you need to, bend your knees nice and good. Just stretching out, feeling that in your hamstrings. Just a nice bend here. Feeling the blood pump to your head. And then walk your hands over to your left foot. Maybe you can straighten out your right leg as you do this. Get a nice stretch there. Walking your hands back to center. And then walk them to your right foot as you straighten out your left leg. Kind of call this the Spider-Man. And then walk your hands back to center. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, squeeze your bottom, and bring yourself up. Good. Then you can heel toe your feet back together, or you can just step back into our mountain pose. So let's find our mountain. Hands are forward, tailbone is tucked down, shoulders are rolled back away. Take a moment here to breathe, reset your intention if you've lost your thoughts. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring them down into cactus. We're going to bring our arms into eagle again, or a bear hug. So bringing your right arm underneath and your left arm on top. Find that position that you felt most comfortable in before. So either the back of your hands are touching, you're doing the pretzel twist, or you're giving yourself a good bear hug. So from here, go ahead, bring your feet about hip-width distance apart. We're going to squat down into a chair. So your back should be nice and straight. You shouldn't be hunched forward too much. Your back is nice and straight. We're just doing a little squat into our chair, and our arms are twisted. On your inhale, reach your arms up just a little bit. If you're familiar with the full eagle pose, you can take that now. We're not going to be doing that practice today, but if it's in your practice and you want to take it, I invite you to do that. Inhale, and then exhale, stand back up straight and untwist your arms and let everything float back down. Go ahead and shake out your legs a little bit, maybe your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, coming back down to cactus. And now we're going to take the opposite arms. So your left arm is going to go on the bottom, right arm on top. Finding that twist or that bear hug. And then squatting down into our chair. And then inhale, draw your arms up just a little bit. Finding that thing you're most thankful for in your heart. Deep inhale here. Now as you exhale, stand up, untwist your arms, and let it all float down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, let it all float down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it all float down, coming down into your mountain. Inhale, reach up again. Palms together, bending your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Folding your forward fold. You can take your feet a little bit wider. Grasp an elbow, your elbows or your wrists. Let your crown face the floor. If you're comfortable here, you may find comfort in swaying from side to side. This is our ragdoll pose. From here, you could breathe in deep into your lower back or your mid back. Feel that back expand. Bringing your hands to the floor. You might need to bend your knees. I know I do. And bring your feet back behind you. Tailbone up to the sky. Bring your hands a little bit wider. Maybe walk your feet in just a little bit deeper. Crown facing the floor. Pedal out those legs in our downward facing dog. Good. All right, bring your knees to the floor. And then come up. So we're going to spend some time on our knees again. So I'm going to take my towel and place it under my knees. We're going to stand up on our knees right now. And we're going to get into camel pose. Normally I use blocks for camel pose, and there's different ways to modify this pose. So again, if you look in the description of this video, you'll find a link on a tutorial on how to best modify camel pose to fit your practice. So we're going to bring our hands to the base of our spine or like the top of our buttocks. And you're going to put your hands on there, kind of like you're putting your fingers in your back pockets of jeans. You're going to roll your shoulders away from your ears. Really squeeze your bottom. That's key to protecting yourself in this pose. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, your pelvis and your belly push forward as your shoulders and your chest and your head come back. So you should be looking at about the ceiling. Take a deep breath, and if you can, feel free to push just a little bit deeper. Again, I never want you to be in pain. So if you've hit your stopping point, just stay there and thank yourself for being able to do what you can do. You are very blessed. If you can see the back wall in this pose, and you're familiar with the full camel pose, you can take that now. Otherwise, I just advise you to keep your hands on your back. Take a deep inhale where you are. And exhale, squeezing your bottom, bringing your neck and your torso and everything back in line. Very good. And roll out your shoulders. Maybe roll out your hips a little bit. Inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, bend your arms behind you so that your thumbs come to about the back of your head or the back of your neck. And then we're going to bring our bottoms down and our torso folding over our thighs until our forehead and our elbows touch the mat. You might need to bring your knees wider so your toes touch. And this is praying child's pose. Take deep breaths into your lower back here. That lower part of your lungs that doesn't always get the best air. And since we're in praying child's pose, I encourage you to think of someone or something to say a little prayer for here, or a blessing, or to express some gratitude. Take a moment here to rest, to collect your breath. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to the mat, bring your towel out from underneath you or your blanket, come up into a tabletop position, and then bring your legs out in front of you and begin to find your way down to your mat on your back. I am taking sort of a boat pose down My feet are flat on the floor. They're about hip width distance apart. I'm holding on to my thighs. I'm engaging my core and using my core to stabilize myself and bringing myself down. Keep your knees bent once you're down at the mat. We're gonna get into fish pose. This is another pose that you can find a tutorial to in my video description. But bring your bottom up and put your hands underneath your bottom, thumbs touching. So your elbows should be very snug to your side. Now bringing your legs long in front of you. You're gonna breathe in, and when your chest fills with air, you're gonna push up onto your elbows. So now your body is coming up. So you're propping yourself up on your elbows, your legs are straight, and if you can, without help, go ahead and bring your head back so your crown touches the floor. Your body may be shaped differently and your head may not touch the floor in this pose. In that case, I encourage you to grab your blanket, towel, or a pillow and place it under your head. There's also ways you can use props to help keep you in this pose and make you a little more comfortable. And that's where I encourage you to check out my tutorial. So once we're in this pose, allow yourself to relax. Take a deep breath in. Feel your chest. Your chest and your heart is so open right now. There shouldn't be any straining in this pose, so if you're uncomfortable, I encourage you to undo this pose very carefully. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, untuck your head. Let the back of your head go to the floor, and then allow your back to gently come to the ground as well. Untuck your hands. Bring your hands at your side. You did it. Good job. Palms on the floor. Bring your knees up at about a 90-degree kind of tabletop. Now engage your core. Breathe in deep, and as you exhale, bring your legs to the right. We're not dropping them all the way to the floor. That's why our core is so important here. Both shoulders stay on the ground, and you're just feeling a gentle twist with your knees coming over to the right. When you inhale, feel that extra space in your spine. And as you exhale, maybe drop your knees down a little bit further. You can always use a block to prop your knees up. Squeezing your core, bringing your knees back to center. Inhale. And now let's take it to the left, bringing your knees over to the left, feeling a gentle twist in your spine, shoulders staying on the floor. Breathing into your spine. Exhale, a little deeper your legs go. Deep inhale here. Squeeze your core and draw your legs back to center. Bring your bent knees to the floor. We'll bring your feet to the floor. Keep your knees bent. Put your legs together. And then begin to open your legs, sort of like a butterfly. So your feet are together and your knees are wide. And this can be strenuous, so I encourage you to put blocks underneath your thighs to support your legs. I do that quite often. Making sure your back is on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hand to your heart and your other hand to your stomach. Deep inhale. And exhale slowly through your nose. Focus on that Durga pranayama. Air fills your chest, your diaphragm, and then your stomach. And exhale, down goes your stomach, your diaphragm, and your chest. And allow your body to relax. One more deep breath here. And exhale. Bring your hands to your outer thigh and using them to push your knees back together to protect your hips. Bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees, giving yourself a nice big hug. Smile to yourself. Thank yourself. Maybe sway back and forth. This always feels good on the back. Go ahead and bring your arms down to your side. Bring your legs down. You can bring them all the way down, long in front of you to the ground. If that's where you're comfortable, your feet can flail out to the side. Sometimes that version of Savasana kind of bothers my lower back, so I like to bend my knees, bring my feet about as wide as my mat, and then bring my knees in together. Or you can also place a pillow or a thick blanket under your knees as well. Whatever works for you. This is your time. This is your practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and this time, sigh out through your mouth and just allow your whole body to melt into the mat. Let it all go. And just let your breathing become steady. Maybe it's a little bit more shallow as you gently drift off. If you find your thoughts are not what you want them to be, I encourage you to picture yourself near a beautiful riverbank. You're listening to the babbling of the water. You're looking at the beautiful greens and blues. Maybe the sun is dancing on the surface of the water. And when you have thoughts, just place them into the river or watch them float by. Don't acknowledge those thoughts. Don't stop to think about them or pull them out of the river. Just watch them as they float away. Those thoughts are not for this moment. I hold the space for you to allow yourself to relax for some moments. Don't worry about time. I'll bring you back when we're ready. Begin to bring attention back to your breath. Inhale deep and exhale long. Begin to wiggle your toes, bringing movement back. Wiggle your fingers. Begin to flutter your eyes open. Then bring your arms up behind you and stretch. Like you're just waking up from a long nap. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side and use your hands to push yourself up into a nice seated position. Coming up into a cross-legged position or a staff pose. Inhale, reaching your arms up, palms together, and exhale, bringing your hands down past your forehead, past your nose, your lips, and your throat. Bringing your palms to stop at your heart. I am so thankful that I could share this practice with you today. I am so thankful for you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you, and the world truly needs your light. So go shine on. Namaste.